In this video, I want to go over a calculator known as the Adds Times calculator. And if you found the video on YouTube, I will provide a link below the video so that it shows you how to install it and how to understand how to use the calculator. Now let's open up a browser and show you the information about this calculator. Now one thing different than this calculator than your typical calculator is your results is given in hours and minutes. So this is an add times calculator. Remember, time for hours is in 60 seconds, 60 minutes, and then 12 hours and 24 hours. So this is adding times. If you try to use a calculator, it will come up with a completely different result. So let me read this right here, show you some examples, and show you how to install it. The adds times calculator adds times given in hours and minutes. It helps in recording of machine running times with the addition of flight times for pilot flight logs or driving time from truck drivers. So if you're someone always on the go and you're wanting to keep up with your time or calculate how long it's going to take to get there, then this is a great tool to use. You know, recently I've been going to a lot of doctors and traveling a lot of distances, and this right here has been great helpful for calculating the times of my travel. Now let's also look at another example. This is also a great tool for parents that have a child in elementary school studying elapsed time. Remember, in elementary school math, calculating the time often involves finding the duration between 2 points in time, which is called the elapsed time, and can be done by subtracting the start time from the end time. And let's look at a breakdown of how to calculate it elapsed time so you understand what the calculator is doing. Time units. Remember relationships between time units. 60 seconds equals a minute, 60 minutes equals an hour, and 24 hours in a day. So if you tried to use a regular calculator, it goes after 100, it goes up to 100 and then changes instead of 60. So a start time and end time. Identify the beginning and ending times of an event or activity. Elapsed time is the amount of time that passes between your start and end times. So these are your basically terms that you need to know in order to calculate times. Now here's two practical problems. A train leaves at 8:30 a.m. and arrives at 10:15 a.m. How long was the train ride? Now if you try to take 10:15, and let's bring up a calculator, and let's say that I bring up the calculator and I put a train leaves at 8:30 p.m. and arrives at 10:15. So if I put 10:15 minus 8:30, I'm going to get a crazy answer, 1.85, and that's not the correct answer. So if I bring up the adds times and I put this in, I say train leaves at 8:30 and arrives at 10:15. So if I put the information in, this is automatically going to see that that's 10:15, and I'm going to subtract 8:30, and I'm going to equals, and it's an hour and 45 minutes. So if you see the solution is 10:15 a.m. and leaves at 8:30, so you subtract 8:30, it's going to arrive in, it takes 1 hour and 45 minutes to arrive, and this is the correct answer. So using a normal calculator, it's going to come up with just it's going to subtract that number from that number and give it this value because it's using the values of 100 rather than 60. So I'm going to close the typical calculator. Let's just look at problem number 2, then I'll show you how to install it. A movie starts at 7:10 p.m. and it lasts 2 hours and 30 minutes long. What time does the movie end? So let's go here and say the movie starts at 7:10. And I'm going to make an error on purpose. So let's say I put 2 zeros. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So I can clear, and it will go back and remove the last thing that I put in there. So the movie starts at 7:10 and is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. So this time I'm going to add 2 hours and 30 minutes equals, so at 10 p.m. plus 30 minutes equals 9:40. So I broke it down like for elementary school students so that you can see that adding an hour and then, or 2 hours, and then adding an additional 30 minutes would give you 9:40. So putting this straight into the calculator, it will end at 9:40 p.m. So this is perfect for calculating time. So it's if you travel a lot or just wanting to calculate time, you can do this with this calculator. Now let's take a look at the quick way to doing this. The easiest way for Linux users to install it is by using the Software Center, also known as the software. You just bring it up, put it in add times, and let me show you. I can open up my software, and then you just type in, when it pops up, put in the words add times and let it load. I haven't brought it up today, so it's got to populate the new icons and the little ads across the top, so it'll take a while. I'll go ahead and hit the search. I'm going to put add times. And then once it finds add times, just click on the results, and it's taking a little while longer. I should have brought it up so that way it had everything populated. Here it is, and you can see I've already got it installed. You just click onto it. Now the difference between mine and yours is before you have it installed, it'll look like this with the install button. So you can come up here, and if you can drop down, as you can see, you can install it from the Flatpak for the whole computer or the user, and it's also available in the Snap Store and a beta version, which it looks like the beta version is actually older than the stable version here. So there's different ways of installing it. I recommend by FlatHub. There's multiple ways you can open. You can hit open here. You can delete the program or remove it from your system by hitting the trash can. So if you install it by the software or software center, it's easiest way to install it, and it's also an easy way to remove it. So as you can see here, when you're installing it, the buttons will change and it will show the progress of installing, and when it's finished it will look like what I showed you with the open button, a delete button, and there's different ways that you can install it on your system by FlatHub or Snap Package. Now you don't have to open software to hit the open button each time you open it. It will be placed in your menu. It will place it in accessories, as you can see here, add times, and then you can move it to whatever. I can put that like an education folder at a later time. Now if you want to install it by different methods, you can go to the FlatHub website, click install, or you can hit the drop down menu and put that in your terminal and install it from your system. You can also install it by source code from their GitHub's web page. On the GitHub, there's the source code that you can download it, build it on your system. If you're using an Android device, you can get it from the Google Play Store. Once you click on the Google Play Store, hit install, and it will install it on your Android device. And if you're an iPhone or iPad user, you can go to the App Store. For iPhone and iPad users, you can go to the App Store, and then it's in German, but if you got a translator on your system, it will translate it from English or German to English. It'll take a moment or two, and it will show up in the numbers standard here. So if you install it on your system, now I don't have an iPad or iPhone, so it's not going to hit the install button here, or you can actually use it directly in your browser, and it takes a while. It'll load up, and it's a very large calculator. You can hit the minimize to make it look like the size of the calculator. So if you don't have any of these devices, as long as you got a browser, you can use it within your browser. If you want to know more about it, here's the home page that you can click onto it, and there's more information about this from their web page. Now this is just a little simple tool for calculating times. So if you are looking for something to calculate the times on your system, I recommend you to give the Add Times calculator a try. Hopefully this video has been helpful to someone, and have a great day.